So first thing before this episode starts, I want to give tribute to one of the WWE classics, one of the legends of WWE. His name is Kamala. He passed away last weekend due to COVID-19. And today here on the podcast, we're going to give him a 10 bell salute. And then we're going to continue to the regular programming. Thank you.
This episode starts, gusto ko mag-shoutout sa Podmetrics. Podmetrics is a platform we use to get all of the data we need for our shows. From who listens to us, all the way to where they are. Sa lahat ng platforms na gamit natin sa podcast ay nagagamit na rin natin sa Podmetrics at nakikita. So, pwede ka rin mag-integrate gamit ng Podmetrics doon sa mga Facebook or YouTube pages natin para mas makita natin kung ano yung data ng ating mga streams. If ikaw ay isang podcaster or you want to start your podcast, visit podmetrics.co and use the code MTG Show Podcast. Again, that's podmetrics.co and use the code MTG Show Podcast. Let's go back to the regular programming.
So, this week's episode of the podcast is everything new? Lahat bago ba? Wala naman. Wala naman. Okay. Let's gusto ko magpakatotoo, okay? So, nag-rate ako last Tuesday ng Raw Underground. I think hindi pa rin magbabago yung opinion ko doon. So, abangan nyo for the next few weeks if napanood ko na yung 2 episodes ng Russell House. I'm going to release my own attention to detail about Russell House. Actually, I love Russell House by Impact. To be honest. Kasi, hindi siya cheesy, hindi siya mukhang cheesy. Mukha nga lang siyang GTS wrestling if you're popular with Cream. Mukha nga lang siyang backyard wrestling without Cream. Parang ganon. So, yun lang. Update lang muna yun sa parating na episodes sa Attention to Detail, episode number 8. Abangan nyo na lang yung for the next few days. So, madami pa akong gagawin dito. So, I guess that's it. So, welcome to the podcast. Actually, I want to invite you to use the MTG Show Podcast app that is available on Google Play Store. Actually, hindi siya yung sobrang big deal. Pero, ang ganda ng app. Ang ganda i-explore ng app. Shoutout sa Oiku for making the app. Ang ganda ng app, promise. Kasi, kitang-kita natin kung ano yung difference niya sa Spotify, sa Apple, sa Google Pod. Kitang-kita natin yung difference doon sa Oiku app na ginawa or the podcast. And then siguro pagka meron ng premium dito sa app, baka pwede na tayong mag-release ng exclusive content for the app lang. Oo, pwede. Pwede na tayong mag-release ng exclusive contents na hindi natin ma-release sa Spotify, sa Apple, sa Google. And better pa to kasi wala tong bayad ngayon. Pero, pagka meron ng premium siguro sa Google, sa DMTG siya podcast app, baka may bayad na to, kahit sandaan, maka-support man kayo sa podcast. That's good. Siguro. Para lang sa support ng pod. Pagka meron ng premium dito, maglalagay na lang ako ng trial 1 month. And then, yun na yung 99, 100 pesos. Ganun na premium for the content. Pero, wala mo kayo ma-expect dito. That's for the support and for the podcast. So, maganda yung app, to be honest. Maganda yung app. So, instead, let's talk about it later. Pero, for now, we're going to talk about, as usual, the wrestling news of the week. So, August 3, August 4 of Monday Night Raw. For me, this episode is not a super big deal, alright? In terms of overall realizations about this episode, I would prefer the next episode instead, not this. So, this episode is headlined by the Raw Underground, obviously, the opening of the Raw Underground, because that fucking thing is classic, to be honest. Classic yun, pero meron akong ilang nakitang problema. Konti lang naman. Check nyo na lang doon sa Attention to Detail, episode ko, number 7. Check nyo na lang kung ano yung naging reaction ko doon sa episodes na yun. Siguro mag-i-improve pa to pagka nagkaroon na ng madaming episodes. But for now, di magbabago yung opinion ko doon. So, let's start the August 3 episode of Monday Night. So, Apollo Crews defeated MVP to retain his United States title. So, basically, a match. Pero in the beginning, nagkaroon ng technical problems. Siguro, dahil ito dun sa Raw Underground thing na tinitis out nila for the whole night. So, the Raw Underground, siguro isa to sa mga dahilan kung bakit tumataas ata ratings ng Raw ngayon. So, balik tayo sa match. So, Apollo Crews defeated MVP fair and square to win the 2 titles. Actually, the old title will retire after that night, and then the new title yun na yung hawakan ni Apollo Crews from that episode. So, expect na may side plates na ata si Crews. May side plates na according to the record. As per recording, meron na siyang title dun. Meron na siyang side plates. Abangan nyo na lang. So, also, Shayna Baszler is back on the title picture where she belongs, in my opinion. So, bakit nga ba na-overshadowed sila Shayna Baszler and the company? Dami-daming na-overshadowed dito sa title pictures, in my opinion. Example na lang natin, Bianca Belair. Isa sa mga superstars na para sa akin na overshadowed nila Sasha and Bayley. Sana naman mabigyan nila ng opportunity tong mga to na makalaban for the title. Shayna Baszler, parang feeling ko siya yung talaga magiging champion to by the end of the year. And then, pag nakabalik si Becky, they're going to fight for it. And then, bang! That's it. So, ayan. And then, Raw Underground episode, obviously. So, I want to talk about this. So, Dabba-Kato is a monster, alright? Pero, I want to give my predictions on this. Okay? So, Dabba-Kato, isang malaking person lang ang makakatalo dito. Teka lang. Isang malaking personality lang sa wrestling ngayon ang makakatalo dyan kay Dabba-Kato sa Raw Underground. Para sa akin. Pero feeling ko ganun ang parang mangyayari. Na meron siyang streak sa Raw Underground and then papatalo lang siya sa isang wrestler na magaling din sa grappling or everything. So, yeah. So, speaking of wrestling, let's talk about Retribution. Retribution just made their Raw debut by destroying equipments. So, as per recording, hindi lang siya Raw, okay? This is a new Nexus para sa akin. parang pakiramdam ko, bumabalik yung 2010 vibes ko sa series na to. Pero I think, if maganda yung run nito, magiging better to sa DX. Sa next, pero sana yan, Nexus pa din. Maganda yung debut ng Nexus. So, next thing is, Seth Rollins agrees to challenge Dominic at SummerSlam SummerSlam in a one-on-one match. Wala pa siyang confirmed stipulation as of the moment. Pero feeling ko magkakaroon din ng stipulation for the next few weeks. Dahil na rin siguro sa mga teasers or mga rumors na possible daw na maging mask versus hair match yung hair versus hair. Yun, hair versus hair. Or pagka bumalik kasi Rey Mysterio, baka mask versus hair. Yan ang sigurado ko. So, SummerSlam thing is in the corner. Abangan na lang natin kung ano pa yung mangyayari for one final week of building up this thing. So, next thing is the final segment of the program is the Hurt Business taking over the Raw Underground. So, para sa akin, Raw Underground episode na to, okay lang. Basta, abangan nyo na lang for the next few days yung aking susunod na episode about this thing. Next week siguro, after nila ng SummerSlam and all that. So, next thing is Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling's last week episode on August 4. So, the headliner here is Eddie Edwards defeated Sami Callihan to retain his Impact World Championship. So, before the match, RVD and his girlfriend assaulted Sami Callihan. Parang ito na rin yung isa sa mga future storylines going to the next pay-per-view event October. That's the Bound for Glory. And baka ito na yung isa sa mga maging matches or isa sa mga maging storylines going to the event. So, okay. Ang ganda ng match para sa akin. Siguro, meron lang talagang mga fantards, mga AEW wrestling fantards na hindi maka-appreciate din sa mga ginagawa nitong Impact to improve the program or to improve their programming. So, maganda tong Impact Wrestling na to compare sa mga episode ng Impact noong si Tessa Blanchard pa champion. In my opinion lang. So next, Russell House, I'm going to talk about this later. Okay? Huhuli ko to. So, Rich Swann, agad siya, attempt na siya na magre-retire daw siya in ring wrestling due to injuries dahil kay Eric Young. But, na Mark Henry kayo, no? So, Eric Young assaulted Rich Swann to end the show. I love the storyline, pero the problem here is carbon copy. I hate carbon copies always. Do your own storylines, folks. That's one of the biggest cliches in the professional wrestling. And if hindi ka nanonood ng wrestling, well, you're an asshole na walang alam sa wrestling and doesn't know about wrestling, and that's an insult to you. Di mo alam kung yung mga basic cliches ng wrestling, parang nanonood ng drama lang din dito. So, next segment is a TNA heavyweight title. Again, don't confuse with the Impact World title. Moose is not a official champion. Eddie Edwards does. So, Moose defeated Heath Slater to retain the TNA heavyweight title. So, walang contract si Heath Slater to sign with the company. Pero in the kayfabe siguro, baka mag-sign pa din to ng contract lately sa Impact. And abangan nyo na lang for the next few episodes ng Impact. Baka ganun na talaga ang gagawin nila. And then, ito. Finally, Wrestle House. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa Wrestle House. I love the storyline between Taya, Bravo, and Rosemary about parang yung chemistry nilang tatlo, parang sa tingin ko ang ganda ng chemistry nila. Pag dito sa storyline, sila yung parang isa sa mga nagdadala nitong Wrestle House. And Kylie Race being a peacemaker. Ang ganda ng action nila dito. Ang ganda ng executions. So, for me naman, Russell House is, alam nila na, meron silang awareness on how goofy the program it is. Alam nila na kung gaano kapangit tong Russell House, alam din nila kung gaano kapangit yung outcomes of some episodes of it. Tatlo pa lang naman ang episode nila. Siguro, mag-improve pa to in the future episodes. So, let's see kung ano pa yung i-improve nitong Russell House. And abangan nyo na lang yung review ko, first episode ko sa Attention to Detail, episode number 8, about Russell House of Impact Wrestling. Let's go back to the regular programming, AEW. So, ito yung August 5 episode of AEW. Jon Moxley defeated Darby Allin, to retain his AEW title. What a match, actually. Despite of distractions by MJF, he is still the champion. Gusto ko yung, to be honest, yung run na to ni Max. Medyo nawiwirduhan na ako kay MJF kasi para siyang tanga nagrarally. Parang, hindi ko maalala kasi sino yun. Basta, parang naghahanda lang, titis out lang nila kasi malapit na nga ang election sa US. So, parang shoot na sila against the elections, I guess. So, no. So, next thing is Eric Bishop is back. So, the last time Eric Bishop appeared was a backstage production for WWE, and he left the company. He left WWE for AEW, I guess, one one night deal with WWE. So on this night, to be honest, I treated this episode as TNA. No offense, I call this episode TNA. Kasi Eric Bishop is a member of TNA. At meron silang champion na parang TNA umasta, that's Cody. And parang ang cringe pa rin ng women's division ng AEW. Hindi magbabago yung tingin ko doon. And then, next, Aussie Week, Orange Cassidy is the winner of the debate. Meron silang debate nun. And then, on the next episode of AEW, merong match na inofficial. Pagkatalo daw si OC. Correct me if I'm wrong, magbabayad ata si si OC ng pera. Ewan ko kung kamayan, na-confirm ko na yun. Pero I think, $1,000? $1,000? Ayan. Parang yun yung sinasabi na babayaran daw ni Cody. Ni OC. So, ayan. Next thing is Cody Rhodes and Matt Cardona defeated some talents in a tag team match up. So, parang nafe-feel ko dito na di lang 5 deal tong si Matt Cardona is going to sign full-time deal here, I guess. So, hindi na ako masusurpresa. So, last thing about here's this week's episode of AEW Dynamite. I love the 450 to the table, and then the shot by Sammy Guevara to Matt Hardy. What a moment. Dugon-dugo si Matt Hardy after nung match na yun. After ng segment na yun, I think this is a revenge to Sammy Guevara. And basta ang ganda noong episode na to. I love this thing. Ewan ko lang ba't ang dami pa rin haters itong AEW. Parang they are treating AEW as a TNA pa din. TNA pa din naman ang tingin ko dito. But still, TNA. So, next thing, NXT. So, Pat McAfee versus Adam Cole is now official for NXT TakeOver 30. And then, inassault ni Pat McAfee si Adam Cole as a football player. Bilis nung takbo. Basta na lang yung sinipa sa mukha sa Adam Cole Bebe. And I guess meron tong stipulation. Baka nyo na lang for the next episodes of NXT. Meron tong stipulation for sure. And then, prior to that, Imperium defeated UE to retain the NXT Tag Titles. Okay. So, I think meron ng new challenger na lalabas dito, I guess. Ayan. So, Dexter Lumis is out of the ladder match at TakeOver 30 as well due to injury that he suffered on the triple threat match. So, merong i-determine na matches according to episode, okay? According to the episode na merong i-determine na matches for Loomis replacement. And Damian Priest is in the ladder match. He defeated two guys to be qualified for the NXT TakeOver 30 ladder match for the North American title. I think, hindi ko pa sure kung sino yung tinalo niya. Pero I guess, for now, Damian Priest is my pick. Since last year, wala pa siyang panalo sa TakeOver, I wish siya na manalo siya na yung mag-own spotlight. Sayang naman kung i-bury nyo lang tong daga ROH dati. Magaling ko sa ROH si Punishment Martinez. Ayan, Punishment Martinez. Mag-improve pa to in the future days. So, let's see na lang kung ano pa yung i-improve niya dito. So, I'm back. Let's go to SmackDown on Fox on the Philippines One Sports Plus. So, channel exclusive to Signal in case hindi nyo alam. So, first segment of the night based on this script that I holding right now. So, Sheamus turns face. That's the first time since 2017, I guess. I guess. That's 2017. Excuse me. 2017 siguro dahil diba nga magkasundo nga si Cesaro and Sheamus na maging tag team. Siguro nag-turn na rin dito si Sheamus and siguro face na si Sheamus dito. And then para sa akin ang solid ito, ang solid. Abangan na lang natin for the next episodes kung ano pa yung build nila kay Shorty G, also known as Chad Gable. Future days. Abangan nyo na lang siguro. So, kamot pa ako habang nagre-record. So, next is Sonya Deville appears on the dirt sheet. And the fairness, bagong-bago sa akin na walang interference sa isang talk show ng WWE. Wow, bagong-bago. Bagong-bago. I love this. Diba? Sana every talk show ng WWE ay wala pong interferences. I love this dirt sheet thing. Dirt Sheet is actually a show with The Miz and John Morrison. Miz TV is for Miz only. Dirt Sheet is for both Miz and Morrison, obviously. That's the difference between Miz TV and Dirt Sheet. And then, The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman is now official for SummerSlam for the WWE Universal Championship. Actually, prior to that, last week's episode, The Fiend Bray Wyatt assaults Alexa Bliss with the Mandible Claw. And then, parang sa tingin ni The Fiend, mind games lang to against Braun Strowman since si Alexa nga yung partner ni Braun sa mixed match challenge, whatever it is. So, natin nga ni The Fiend dito na i-assault si Alexa Bliss. Pero parang nilambing siya ni Alexa Bliss and fucking, I want 20 minutes. Joke lang. So, ang ganda ng mind games dito. Abangan nyo lang for the next few days kung ano pa yung magiging story or magiging storyline ni Alexa dito. Magiging connection ni Alexa dito sa story. Obviously, lalabas siya dito and sa match itself sa SummerSlam. Abangan nyo na lang. And then, Stephanie McMahon announced a triple brand battle royal for Bayley's challenger at SummerSlam. So, the thing here is, I want everybody to win except Charlotte Flair. That's a fact. Charlotte Flair is on a break right now. Kaya hindi siya makakalaban. Pero feeling ko, patapos na yung break ni Charlotte. She can back to the scene anytime and challenge Bayley for the title. And if iba naman ang manalo, good job. So, next, obviously, during the tag team matchup between The Miz and Morrison versus Otis and Tucker of the Heavy Machinery, To be honest, I forgot that Otis is still Mr. Money in the Bank. In my opinion, Okay, I forgot that thing. Pasensya na kayo sa akin. So, mayroon talagang match to sa SummerSlam, hindi pwedeng wala. Hindi sila one-on-one, hindi sila tag team. I think that's a one-on-one situation. And then obviously, final segment of the night, Retribution just made their in-ring WWE debut. Putang ina. Sirang-sira lahat yung parts ng ring. Buti na lang tape lang to. Tinape na rin nila yung 205. And that's a good thing to. Parang ano talaga to, parang pambawi talaga nila to catch attention against other companies na active ngayon like Impact and AEW. So, ito yung pang-counter nila kumbaga sa mga storylines nila. So, that's it. That's it for this week's episode of set episodes of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, and SmackDown. So, next thing is, the random thing. So, I want to talk about this randomly and then, magbabasa na lang ako and then magko-commentary na lang ako konti. So, Vince loves Bailey Hill Run and Peyton Royce. Nakikita niya rin si Peyton Royce and Bianca Belair as single stars. Wow. I told you, Vince. Pero, Vince, don't split the Iconics. That's a big problem, man. Big problem. Iconics. Malaking problema yun. Bianca Belair, on the other hand, gusto ko makita si Bianca solo lang. Hindi yung bali lang siya. Peyton Royce is nothing without her tag team partner and sino nga ba tag team partner na? Nabutan ko. Putangin na. Si ano? Basta yun, putangin na, nakalimutan ko na. Sino nga yung tag team partner nito? Search ko na nga lang mamaya. Basta yan. And then, next thing, Belair attacks Zelina Vega during a Twitch live stream. Obviously, call na to. Storyline to siguro dahil ang nangyari kay Montesport. Siguro, follow-up storyline to for that. So, ang bago sa akin yan dahil Twitch nga yung ginamit nilang thing dito. So, Jericho's concert. So, my thoughts about Jericho's concert last weekend in South Dakota. For me, parang if legal siya sa US, okay, fine. But still, folks, bakit parang alam niyo naman sa US, wala lang sa kanila tong COVID, diba guys? Pati nga, pag susuot ng mask, ginagawa nila ng Twitter threads sa Twitter, obviously. So, parang wala lang rin sa kanila to, if ever na. Actually, based on the pictures during the concert itself, para siyang big open field na sold out, featuring Jericho's posse, band, and parang naglabas naman ng statement si Jericho na nag-testing sila, lahat ng nasa crowd, testing din nila, and then wala pong positive patient na kasama doon sa concert. If totoo yun, well, walang nagkasakit sa mga naging kasama nyo doon sa concert, and thank you din na na-save kayo. Pero I wish hindi na sana ito maulit. Marami kasing nagra-run sa PHC na despite of the COVID-19, bakit nagagawa pa rin nila mag-concert? Man! Reminder, this is not Philippines. That's America. Wala silang pakialam sa culture natin. Wala silang pakialam sa kung ano yung ginagawa natin for COVID here in the US. Actually, to be honest, that's the same. Kasi para silang walang pake sa mga kasama natin sa Philippines or sa US. Wala silang pakialam. But some government officials tell us on the news itself na they're trying their best to beat COVID-19. And based dun sa mga nakikita natin, well, hindi ko na kaya sagutin. Hindi na siya problema. Malaking problema. So, meanwhile, let's go back to the reality here. So, at some struggle for New Japan, Ishii, Goto, and Yoshihashi defeated Okada. Yan, Hano ba yun? Si Hano. Tangin na Hano na yun. Lagi ko siya na sa New Japan, sa YouTube ng New Japan. And show to become your new 6-man tag champs forever. So, obviously, dahil nga dun sa pag-alis ni Ifil sa LIJ, siguro na-vacant na automatic yung tag titles. Ayan. So, they decided to do a tournament. A tag tournament na nag-culminate na nga doon sa episode na yun. And then, ayan, yun na siguro. And then, nag-umpisa na rin last week yung NJPW Strong sa NJPW World. Hindi ko pa siya sure kung ano yung results doon. Tignan na lang natin for the next episodes. So, ayan, yun na siguro. Wait lang. So, sinisave ko yung iba kong naka-notes dito. So, siguro, next week namin to. Next week to. Dami ko nang sinisave na notes dito. So, ayan, finally, the ratings. AEW 901,000 up from 773,000. And then, NXT 753,000 up from 707,000. So, yun, that's it. So, for me, final plug na lang. So, if you haven't download the MTG Show Podcast app, please download nyo na. Baka lately, magkaroon na tayo ng premium dito, premium episodes na exclusive lang dito sa app. And baka mas maganda yung experience nyo dito kasi sa ibang apps na meron kayong, example, Spotify, Google Podcast, etc. And then, marami pa tayong abangan dito. Next week is SummerSlam week and madami pa tayong kukomentary dito. Babalik tayo sa Wednesday format ko. Friday ako magre-release next week for my predictions for SummerSlam. And then, Wednesday siguro, attention to detail. Yeah, that's it. In case you haven't followed the podcast yet, follow the podcast on facebook.com/The MTG Show Podcast, Twitter and IG, The MTG Show Pod. Listen to the podcast via the MTG Show Podcast app. That's follow. Then, the MTG Show Podcast app is now available on Google Play Store, soon on Apple App Store, and then also on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Anchor, kahit saan pa kayo makarating. Ayan. And finally, I'm done with this thing. Stay reso. I'm out.